Welcome back to the Something Cafe. My name is Celestino Dooley, and I have a guest on today. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Brittany Louden, coming to you live from Celestino Dooley's apartment.
All right. Well, now that that's done, that's good. This is Brittany's first time in front of a camera at all, so
Lies.
she's a little shy. But yeah, so basically, this is the first guest episode of Something Cafe. I'm really excited. We had plans today, but then Brittany overslept. She was supposed to come to church with me,
Yes.
but she did not come. I ate a muffin in a parking lot waiting for her text back, and then I just realized, you know what, she's definitely not coming, so I went to church, and then an hour into the service, she texts me like, OMG, I'm so sorry I overslept.
No, I'm saying OMG while you're at church.
So, yeah, no, I said OMG, I don't say the full thing. I don't say the full thing.
I know you don't.
I've actually never said, oh my
goodness.
I've never said the actual OMG in my life.
Wow.
And that makes for a really good never have I ever topic. Really, because I always win, because everyone said that.
Well, next time we're playing that game.
Everyone said that. I've never, so I'm always going to win that game because that's crazy. So after church, we met up at the Kava bar. We got ourselves some mitras. Do you have one to show off?
Yes, I do.
Mitra.
It's the dragon fruit.
Shout out Mitra. My dream sponsor.
Dream sponsor for real.
And that's what I'm drinking right now, but in this ambiguous bottle because I have mixed Mitra and a Monster Energy drink
together.
So we're
Crazy
getting a little healthy today. Speaking of Mitra, Mitra is a kratom seltzer. Depending on which state you live in, it's either 18 and up to drink or 21 and up to drink.
Mm-hmm.
July 1st of 2023, we are in Florida. The government issued that kratom went from an 18 up to a 21-year-old and up drink to consume in Florida. So, the reason I bring up kratom is actually because Brittany's an old coworker of mine at this Kava bar that we both worked at, and she is a seasoned veteran. She worked there for how long did you work there?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
I basically worked there for 3 days. But really, how long do you think I worked there?
I would say probably
It's
about
5 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say
4
that.
or 5 months.
Yeah.
I loved it. I mean, it was a lot of fun. We made a lot of good memories, but it was
a lot of craziness as well.
a lot of craziness because Kava and Kratom, it's typically it's hippie juice, It's basically hippie juice.
Hippie juice.
And you see a lot when you're at a Kava and Kratom bar. When you work at an alcoholic bar, you see a lot too, but it's expected. At a Kava and Kratom bar, it's you never know what's going to happen.
Never.
Ever. So, yeah, this episode I kind of wanted to get into what Kava and Kratom is, why it's legal there, why it's illegal there, why it's good, why it's bad, who's it for, who's it not for. Because we are both pretty well versed in it.
Yeah.
Before we start, I just want to say this is not medical advice.
Mm-mm.
Legally, this is not medical advice. So, consult your doctor before drinking and consuming Kava and Kratom. And yeah, so just go into a little overview of what both Kava and Kratom are.
Okay. Well, Kratom. It's I forget the actual term for it. It's
Nitrogen especiosa.
Yeah, there we are. So basically
that's the actual chemical compound. Is that.
So it comes from a leaf, out in many different parts of the, like, southwest region.
Do you hear that? Is
Yeah.
it like thundering?
No.
Or is that a giant plane?
Probably a giant
It sounded
plane.
like a train.
No.
Spooky. All right. Yeah. So it's a leaf. The Fijian Islands, right?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, that would be
So that's why you wouldn't. So that's incorrect. But that's because she worked there for 4 years and I worked there for 4 days. Go on.
So with kratom, it's, I know particularly it's like from Southeast or Southwest Asia, actually. And that could be very wrong, but this was information that I was taught.
It's right now.
Yeah, it's right now. Two things can't be true at once. So,
yeah.
So kratom, it attaches itself to a part of the brain, that actually does kind of what opioids do.
The big one.
Yep, opioids.
But kratom is not an opioid.
It is not an opioid.
It's not an opioid.
It can be made into a tea. It could also be taken in pill form as powder. But
or smoked, right?
No.
No?
Wrong. So wrong.
Also wrong. Again, worked there for 4 days.
So wrong. I would highly not recommend that at all.
Do not.
Do not do that. So with kratom and it's kind of being like an opioid and being able to take so many different variations of it, such as like the pill form or drinking it, actually the pill form can destroy your liver a lot faster than taking it in tea form. So definitely would suggest drinking it as a tea instead of doing pills.
You know,
of it.
I actually didn't know that. I would assume, tell me if I'm right, I would assume because, you know, since me and her both worked at a kava bar, we both brewed. We both brewed a lot of kratom and kava. Right now we're talking about kratom.
Yeah.
But I would assume the pill is they put the leaves in the capsule, or they put the
So it's crushed.
Yeah, the crushed ground up leaves in the capsule. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. I don't know. I just, you know, obviously if it's being sold, it works. Granted, cigarettes are still a thing, which is, I can't believe, cigarettes are just...
As I hit my vape.
Horrible. Oh, did you just hit your vape?
Yeah, I just hit my vape.
But I mean, vaping and cigarettes, right? I mean, I would rather you vape in my house
rather
than
than
smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
yeah, the
like,
smell.
Vaping
overall,
vape. It doesn't bother me. People who vape around me, it does not bother me whatsoever. I personally don't vape or smoke. The only form of stimulant that I do is caffeine and kratom and Pokemon cards. So I you know, if Brittany were to light up a cigarette right now, I think I'd smack her because I with love.
With love. Always.
And I would kiss my hand first.
Oh, thank you.
But
thank you.
Cigarettes just smell horrible. Secondhand smoke is a thing. It sticks onto you.
Forever.
It sticks onto you. The worst thing with vape is I smell lemon. You know?
Smell fruity flavors in the air.
I just smell lemon out of nowhere, and you know what? That's a pleasant surprise. I wouldn't mind that surprise to just smell lemon. But yeah, no, taking kratom as a pill, the leaves, they're intense, right? And the tea, as you could guess, is brewed from the leaves. So we're taking the leaves and we are extracting all of the goodness out of them, but now it's a water. Now it's a liquid. That goes down easily. That gets digested very easily.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just take the pill with the leaf, I can't imagine that's great.
Yeah, not good for your body.
No.
Yeah, a lot of people, so I do want to get into the fact about, like, the actual positives of, like, taking kratom, because, you know, we've mentioned opioids and,
which
like,
damaging
your liver.
Which is, you know, when we explain it to people, like we don't work at a kava bar anymore.
Mm-hmm.
She is kava tending at this one supplement shop
It's like I'm a
every
bartender.
once in a while. Yeah, but this is just coming from our experience. When newcomers would come in and ask about Kava and Kratom, and we're talking about Kratom right now, they would, once we said opioid.
Well, we excluded
People,
that.
yeah, like it's not something, because look, you want to be transparent.
As
Now,
much as possible,
yeah,
but
for sure.
also...
But at the same time, this is something that we might tell someone that we know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's really not a secret. There'll be nothing wrong with telling someone new that fact, but
with all the
it
health
can
benefits,
scare it can scare some people off, and the benefits, because again, this is not an opioid. We only bring up the O word because it has opioid similar effects.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now there are different kinds of, there are different strains of kratom depending on the maturity of the leaf at which you brew it at,
Mm-hmm.
and Brittany's gonna go over that, but I do want to say that what Mitra does so well, which is what we're drinking right now, that's the kratom X. We've been over my stutter in previous episodes. This is kratom extract, and their formula is so perfect. It tastes like a White Claw with no alcohol.
Absolutely.
And it's carbonated, it's yummy. Kratom extract by itself tastes like rubber.
Yeah.
I mean, 100. Me and Brittany have drank straight up kratom extract. It tastes like rubber. It works.
It works.
She
it gets
works.
The job. Yeah.
But it just
Kick your
tastes.
ass.
It just tastes like rubber. This tastes great. Again, okay, kind of funny. Kratom extract is the cigarettes, like, you know, Mitra is the vape, you know, but I don't vape or smoke, mom or dad. But yeah, it tastes great. Their formula is great. It's got 45 milligrams of the
Kratom.
nitrogen especiosa. But yeah, so there are different strains of kratom.
Yes. So going into that, well, first off, I would like to say the overall benefits of even using kratom is, if you're anything such as myself with anxiety, as most of the other population, kratom helps so much. It kind of puts you at, I would say, a homeostasis level to, like, interact with people such as what you would say, quote unquote, normal people would do. So like social anxiety in general, if you even have back pains, like my stepfather, he had leukemia when he was younger. He takes kratom pills to help with his back still to this day.
Red or
so he does green, but green does help with that. And I do have to say that even with the different strains, which I will still go over in a second, with the different strains, still kratom as an overall does help with pain. In any sense.
Lars has entered the chat. Oh, and Lars has exited the chat
very quickly.
He is very curious by the floating cables we have right now.
Aww.
Good boy. So I know y'all have met Lars. Lars is my son, and Lars actually loves Brittany. I was really happy. I flew home for Christmas, and the night of Christmas I flew back. And even though it was a work night, it was freaking Christmas, so I was like, I have to go out. So I went out to the kava bar that Brittany was at, and I brought Lars. And Lars loved Brittany. Lars really loves Brittany. Lars makes me look like, you know, a heroin addict with how much he scratches my arms. I seriously have like pock marks on my arms because of this little fart face. But Brittany. Okay, no, very expensive headphones.
Come here.
Brittany has the less expensive headphones, so yeah, no, Lars just loves Brittany, you know, little baby boy. He ruined the bathroom earlier. I cleaned it because I had a woman coming over, you know, and women are scary, so I wanted to clean the bathroom, and Lars just ruined it. Good boy. But yeah,
Anyways.
there are different strains of kratom. We have green, red, white, and then a more uncommon one. I haven't seen it at any of the ones that we go to. Yellow.
Yeah.
I'm almost convinced that we created yellow.
No, we did not create yellow.
You know, I mean, I don't see yellow ever. So what is green kratom?
So green is perfect for beginners.
Yep.
That's just going to give you more so like of a euphoric effect, and this is where it comes really into play about that social anxiety and everything like that, because it helps. Like if you drink a green kratom, and I'm not like, if I'm sitting at a kava bar and I just kind of hanging by myself, it makes you want to just talk.
Yep.
And that sounds crazy, but it makes you just want to talk with everybody and anybody.
Yeah. Green is my favorite. You know, I prefer extract because green and extract do pretty similar things, but green is my favorite of just the normal strains.
Yes.
And when I was working at the kava bar, that would be the one that I would always pour myself.
32 ounce.
We don't have to get into the specifics. My parents are listening, but
nope,
but no, I had a lot of green kratom, and kratom by itself. I mean, look, it is a tea, right? Teas are usually bitter, depending on what tea. You know, tea that comes in tea bags can have other ingredients that sweeten it up. This is just straight tea, very earthy tea. Well, would you call it earthy?
I would say
because kava's earthy. Would kratom also be earthy?
So with kava bars and making kratom, they all have their own different recipes.
Right.
So
yeah.
I would just say it has an earthiness.
Yeah. Very, very bitter. But again, it's one of those things that you are drinking it for the effects, not the taste.
Not the taste, but
you can make cool mocktails.
100%.
Like, at the old kava bar, Brittany had her own special drink. It was really good. It was a combination of different juices and syrups and stuff like that.
Do
you remember?
Right. I do remember.
Tell 'em.
So it has blue curacao.
Blackberry, right?
Yes,
yeah.
Blue curacao. There we go, the correct way to say it.
Yeah, right.
Syrup, blackberry syrup, and then it was pineapple juice and lemonade with your choice of kratom.
Yeah.
And that was
incredible. And that's what's cool, right? Right now, I mixed mine with a Monster Energy, right? Do I recommend that? No,
No.
not for everybody, but because I have such a high tolerance and I'm used to it, I would consider it's like a banana, you know. So that's what I have when I go to work. Like my job is a pretty strenuous job. Me working at the hospital, I work in supply chain. I'm a supply chain specialist. I'm on my feet all day. I'm lifting boxes all day. And the kratom mixed with the caffeine, it really, really helps. It really does. It makes me feel good, makes me feel more energized. Like Brittany was saying with the green kratom, it makes her want to talk more. Yeah, that is the main effect of green kratom. And a little anecdote, and this is kind of the anecdote that I would use to sell green kratom at the old shop. I told people, and this is a true story, is, you know, green kratom is what got me to wean off of my antidepressants.
Yep.
Right? Now, is that going just from one supplement to another? Yes. But kratom is very natural. It is literally a tea. It is a plant, right? And I can determine the doses, right? Come on.
You can determine dosage.
There we go. I can determine the dosage, the amount, which is the same thing. I can determine how often, you know. Now, I still take antidepressants because your boy's messed up. But I do actually take a lot less. I used to take a good amount of milligrams, and I take about half of it now.
Which is fantastic.
And that is the goal, right? That is the goal, because kratom really helped me with that. I would like to get off of the antidepressants, right? Because I mean, it's not, it's. I would like to live without them. Kratom really does help that.
Yeah.
So that's green kratom. Tell them about red kratom.
So red kratom is going to be more so for people with like those back pains, pains in general, or people that don't get enough sleep at night. You know, if you have insomnia, this is gonna be like a natural, I would say, you know, melatonin to help you go to bed. But also, I have heard from like a lot of people that different strains do affect them a little bit differently than like what would be just recommended.
Yeah.
So I have heard sometimes red will, you know, like give them those euphoric effects, but that's because of the fact that it's taking away your pain. So you're able to act a little bit more like your normal state of self.
Yeah, we used to say, you know, when we would sell it, it's red for bed.
Yep,
right?
red for bed.
Red for bed. It's what I sold red kratom the most to school teachers, because they're on their feet all day and dealing with that much kids. I would need something that's out of this world. And a lot of blue collar workers.
Yep.
A lot of construction workers came in, sat down, and got themselves a mug of red kratom.
Red kratom.
And they loved it. And my own father, my dad has really bad diabetes, and his feet and his legs are just messed up, just a lot of pain. I gave him red kratom, and he said, I also use this story to sell it. My dad said in his whole life his legs have never felt better.
Yeah.
The stuff works. Green, you would say green is more popular than red, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would
I
say so.
never drank red. It's just, you know, it depends on the person,
No,
right?
100%.
Because
100%.
There's never a point in my life where I ever want to feel tired.
Yeah.
So I never want to drink red.
Well, you're just a motivated
I'm just
gotta
built.
go.
You would say I'm built different.
Oh, please.
But no, red is now when it comes to popularity, where does it rank compared to white kratom?
See, I would say the top 3 kratoms. I mean, there are
only 4.
but
But
the top,
in the ranking of popularity
yes.
and consumption.
So I would say green would be definitely the top. Then I would say
white.
White,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I would say red because since green does give you also some, like I said, that overall kratom does help with pain.
So tell them about white.
So white is gonna be like, if you don't like taking pre-workout, this is your all-natural fucking freaking pre-workout.
Bad word.
Oopsies.
Bad word.
Oopsies. Your all-natural pre-workout. If you want to wake up, if you're just like, if you get out of work and you know you gotta be somewhere after work, drink some white kratom.
Studying maybe.
Studying 100%. Oh, the focus levels.
Solving a difficult Rubik's
Puzzle.
Cube.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you just like doing a puzzle and you need some focus. I hate puzzles. But
Puzzles are stupid.
I hate puzzles.
I think puzzles are stupid.
Like,
unless you get them framed. I think that's cool.
That's cool.
Because
but
then
if you're
you
doing
have
a 1,000-piece puzzle where
you have
just
something to
printed
show
the
for you.
photo
Gosh, Lars. Gosh. I swear. Gosh. That dude just dug into my knee, my meniscus.
My meniscus.
But yes, white is... Can you not? I'm going to give you away to Peter. I'm going to give you to Brittany. Don't touch these headphones. These headphones are expensive. White. Yeah, white is all energy. Again, white and red. Two brews of kratom that I never cared to have.
Yeah.
I mean, red, why would I want to drink something that makes me sleepy? And if I were to drink it, it would be before bed. Well, why? I don't know. It's just never... I never wanted that. And then with white... I never, because I've probably had white once, and it, like, really got me going.
And I bet you were like, never again.
Yeah, seriously, like, I just... What?
Lars.
Gosh, you guys are getting a little acrobatics going on here. But yeah, and then yellow. Tell them about yellow. So those are the main three. Yellow is the fourth, and it's the least popular.
I would say so. I mean, it's a good mix between, I would just say, green kratom and white kratom. Because you're still going to get the benefits of the euphoric effects.
From the green.
But you're also going to get the energy effects from the white as well. So it's just like a mix between the two, and that's probably why a lot of kava bars don't sell yellow, is because you could just either get the green or white.
Yeah, yellow, we sold yellow the least, probably. Yeah. Don't you think?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, we sold yellow the least. It was, I mean, I never had yellow. It was always confusing to people because the only way to sell it was to tell them that it was a mix.
Sorry, I just thought of a really funny story.
No, please.
Oh boy. Remember when we sold a...
I think I know what you're talking about.
Black kratom.
I never worked there when Black Kratom's me. So before Brittany tells this story, the menu at our old place was a mess. And I remember looking at it one time, and I had learned about all these strains, and then I saw Black Kratom, and that's like, I just felt like that's just like drinking a transformer. Like, that's like just...
what?
Yeah, so I don't even know what... Lars. Gosh, I don't know if I should put him out on the porch or something. I don't know.
Probably.
We'll see. Be a good boy. If he does it one more time, then we'll put him out on the porch. Tell them what Black Kratom is.
So Black Kratom is actually supposed to be a fermented red kratom.
Scary.
It's just supposed to have similar effects to the red kratom, obviously, as it's fermented from that.
Really?
But it's supposed to be a very, very strong, as if like you were getting like a triple
brew
of...
How is that even legal?
Honestly, I don't know. But,
was that something
actually,
that we created, or was it a real thing?
So, well,
like someone just left a batch of red kratom out, and then the next day it was all black and tardy.
So I have to say that the person that was above me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Lars goes on the porch now.
Yeah.
Larsy,
so
I'm banishing to the porch.
Black Kratom, the person that was above.
All right, you tell them about Black Kratom.
The person that was above me at the kava bar, put Black Kratom on the menu, and that was just something that I had to end up looking up. But the problem is that
Bye-bye.
we did not. Black Kratom does not have a specific, like, bag or leaf. As, like I said, it's a fermented red kratom. And you know what we did not do? Ferment it. So that's just one of the crazy things that happened.
So it was just red?
Yeah. If y'all can see Celestina's face right now.
You want another?
Oh, no, I still have mine.
Okay.
But thank you. But like I said, or like I have not said, we worked in a very crazy situation of a kava bar.
Yeah.
This is to not hate or do anything upon that, just talk about our experiences.
Yeah. Yeah, purely just our experience working in a kava bar, what it was, what it wasn't, and
this is not what I would say would be your normal kava experience.
Not at all.
At another kava bar.
The kava bar that we just came from, awesome.
Yeah.
Just great. Ran great. Great space. Great drinks. Very much cheaper than usual.
Because it's actually owned by...
It's actually owned by Mitra.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
By Mitra. So yeah, black kratom. I did not know about that.
Yeah.
Wow. Again, this for legal reasons. This is not medical advice.
And also, please take everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
Kratom is 21 and up in most states. So.
But also,
learn your laws.
Yeah, learn your laws. But I would also like to discuss, if you are going to search kratom online, you are going to find a lot of bad reviews about kratom.
Yeah.
But also, if you take the actual time, you will find a lot of good.
And why do you think that is?
Because
that you find a lot of bad
states.
Yeah.
A lot of states, we can go into conspiracy theories and all of that, but as a lot of people that are openly minded, the states don't want anything really natural for
look, kratom's
people.
Yeah, kratom is a drug at the end of the day, and it's a drug that is not known.
Yeah.
Really. So when people hear that it's a drug, no one knows about it, it's like, oh dear, do we have another salvia incident on our hands? No, again, it's all moderation, just like beer. The fact, like, the tolerance for beer, look, I'm a fresh 21 year old. I haven't been around the earth a whole lot. But the fact that beer is so tolerated, compared to other things is just, it's incredible. I don't know how. I could go to a CVS and buy wine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so, it's incredible. And it's never going to be taken off the shelves, obviously. I don't want it to be taken off the shelves. I'm not saying ban beer.
Yeah, no.
But or alcohol, I should say, but I just, when you drink kratom, you don't want to beat your wife, really, right?
Truthfully, yeah, it doesn't make you like an angry person.
The same thing with things
like
same thing with like weed, right? No, like not a lot of people smoke weed and just like beat their children, but alcohol. It's a whole nother thing.
No, it really is. It really is.
And I really wish botanical substitutions were more tolerated.
Oh, 100%. That's honestly why I would say it's really great that a lot of kava bars are opening up in a lot of areas because, I have dealt with some alcoholism in my life, and finding a kava and kratom bar is a much healthier alternative to going to the bar or just going and buying a bottle of wine or freaking alcohol and just going home and, being a drunk.
It's a great, and that was actually a good amount of our customers.
Yes.
Were actually either recovering alcoholics, active alcoholics,
or just
recovering.
People.
Recovering from any drug, like whatever. We had a lot of that. Now you could say, well, what, they're recovering from one drug to come take another. Sure.
Healthier
but
vice.
Exactly. There's so much more to it. It's so much healthier. It's natural. It's, like the side effect is feeling good. It doesn't inhibit you, Like I know when I've had marijuana, I couldn't guide a spoon to my mouth. I couldn't tell you the first letter of the alphabet.
And now this is your experience with marijuana.
Yeah, I know. But that's because I'm a little baby boy, like little Christian baby boy.
Christian baby boy.
I don't really care for it either. I'm not that kind of guy where I've been a Christian my whole life and then once I got a taste of freedom I went crazy.
Yeah.
No, I've had a few edibles and I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Now, it's very different from smoking, but I don't smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't let smoke touch my lungs because I'm a professional singer.
Exactly.
Even alcohol. I don't care for it. I mean, my birthday was August 29th. I still have those 2 handles of vodka in my freezer.
Holy cow, really?
From for the record, it is February something right now.
Yeah.
I've had these 2 handles of vodka in my freezer since my birthday.
Wow.
I don't care for it. I just don't care for it.
Yeah,
It's just not something that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And now socially, yeah, you know.
Have a drink.
I think it's fun to have a glass of wine at dinner, or if there's maybe some more fun beer to have, like if there's some, you know, like bacon beer or some imported stuff. I mean, I think that's fun. But again, this is moderation.
Yeah.
And it's just not what I'm into. But Kratom is what I'm into.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's Kratom. Now, you probably, you know, from the beginning, we said 2 words. We said Kratom, and we also said Kava.
Mm-hmm.
And Kava's different. It is also a tea, but it's pretty different if you want to get into that.
Yeah.
I don't like Kava.
He does not
I
like
hate,
Kava.
I hate Kava. I don't like Kava.
So Kava is going to be your alcohol alternative.
Mm-hmm.
So Kava actually used to be drank in ceremonies, in tribes,
Mm-hmm.
and everything like that. It is from a root, which is crazy. So
Right.
basically, it is brewed kind of not in the same way as Kratom, but it is preferred to be done the traditional way of just drinking it by itself. And it's crazy, actually. It has a reverse tolerance. So the first time you're going to drink it, you're probably not going to feel anything.
You're going to feel it, but not...
The reason why you felt it is because I gave you a strong Kava extract, my friends.
Yeah, no, facts.
So...
A reverse tolerance is crazy.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, isn't Kava like it's like one of the 2, right?
One of the 2. This is like the only thing I've heard of that has a reverse tolerance such as that.
Explain what a reverse tolerance is.
So your tolerance already in your body is going to be built up super high. So basically you have to drink enough Kava to break it down, your tolerance. And then the next time that you would try Kava, you would feel like you could have 1 shell, which is how they drink Kava.
It's like a bowl.
Yeah, so you call it a Kava shell. And you drink 1, and you're going to feel like you just had all of the drinks that you had yesterday. Like,
yeah.
It's insane.
I mean, it's incredible. A reverse tolerance. Everything else, you have a normal tolerance, right? Kratom, alcohol, weed, right? The more you have, the more often, the more tolerance you build up, and the more you have to maybe feel what 1 felt like a month ago, you have to have 2, right?
Yeah.
Kava's different. The more you drink, the less you need to have.
Yep.
How freaking cool is that? That is just that's incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Like Brittany said, it's more closely related to alcohol, to beer, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The way I explained it to new customers is Kratom is to weed as Kava is to beer.
So you're going to look at those sativa and indicas, and that's where...
For the Kratom.
Yeah. Well, even with Kava. So Kava could be also, like, as an indica with red Kratom, and then everything else, like the green and white, would be sativas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's, Kava... So the reason why I don't like Kava is because it tastes like a skateboard. I just cannot with the taste. It is so bad, and I had to lie to so many customers. Like, oh, it's so good, so yummy.
Delicious.
Look, the effects are good. What they feel like, I don't know, because Lord knows I'm not gonna feel them because I don't like that. Yeah, I just, gosh, the taste, man. I don't know what it is. It just, so it tastes very earthy. Mm-hmm. And again, you can power through it, much like Kratom. Kratom does not taste good by itself, but I can power through that.
Yeah.
Kava?
Well, they do say, so there's a term that they use.
Kava tastes like ass? Is that
No.
is that
No.
is that the term?
No. So, when you feel like the kava effect
Sure.
starting to kick in, they'll say that they're feeling muddy, and that's because kava does taste like
and that
mud, water.
sounds tasty, right?
Listen, it's fun.
That sells
I
it.
love being muddy.
That sells
being muddy. It's great. Especially when you're out, because you get all of the
Man.
I wouldn't say benefits, but the feeling of as if you were tipsy, and you're not gonna have a hangover the next day.
Zero.
It's absolutely not
Yeah.
going to do any of that to you.
It doesn't
the negative
impair
effects. Yeah, no, you're still coherent. You're still gonna be there. But also on top of that, you definitely do have to drink a lot of water, because it does dehydrate you very fast. And as well, I was going to say one more thing about kava. If you can beat me in drinking 20 shells, because I did
Which
the other
is
nights.
inhuman. That is inhuman.
Listen, I'm trying to beat a record of 40 right now.
Which is just, that's that just ain't right. That's coming from me. That just,
Listen.
40 shells.
Yeah. I'm going to beat it.
40 shells. Wow.
I'm going to beat it. There's no way.
I couldn't get through a shell. I mean, seriously, I just... and typically we would add creamer.
Yes, which goes a long way.
Really good, yeah. Really good. We would add different kinds of coffee creamer. But it would not help me because I don't know. It's just. Oh, and tell them about the tongue.
Oh yes, so it's going to numb your mouth. But it does go away.
Which is always fun for first timers.
Yeah, because
Do
they're
you tell them before they had it, or would you wait for
honestly,
them to ask you?
I would just forget.
Same.
Sometimes I really would forget,
Same.
and then they would drink it, or I'll remember right before they're about to drink it, and then I'll be like, "You're not gonna have an allergic reaction. I'm just letting you know that your tongue will go numb for a couple of seconds. It'll be fine afterwards, but you're not having an allergic reaction. Please."
Yep. Sometimes I'd forget to tell someone, and they would have it, and they'd be like, "Isn't it my 10%?" I'm just like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell
my
you
bad.
that.
My bad.
Your tongue's gonna be numb for a good 10 minutes."
No, not at 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Depends on how much coffee you drink.
But yeah, so that's Kava and Kratom. This is the industry that we both enjoy a lot.
I am very passionate about
Yeah. I mean, I think I love the community. I love what it can do for people. There's a lot of stigma because, again, look, it's a drug that no one knows about. And much like that's going to have a lot of negative onlookers. Because you hear drug, especially when it's like opioids, when it's like alcohol.
Yeah, your immediate thought's going to be negative.
You're going to have a lot of people that think that's going to be the devil.
Or it's weird.
But look, anything can be the devil if you're not smart with it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is not medical advice. You have to be smart with it. Drink it in moderation. Look at the laws in your state, right?
And drink water, and please eat food.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is Kava and Kratom. I want to take a little detour here. I have a fun little game for us to play. I thought about this just the other day at work. Brittany is very gay.
Okay.
And I am very straight. I am very straight. Brittany's very gay. So I thought we'd play this fun little game.
Oh boy.
Who am I gay for, and who are you straight for?
Oh, I could already name you mine.
So, who am I gay for? Who are you straight for?
You first.
Yeah, I will go first. I have a hard time, acknowledging the attractiveness of a man just because I don't always know what makes them attractive or not. But if you were to show me actual poop, I would know that that's unattractive.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought we would list 3 people. Who am I gay for? I think number 1, and this is the first person I thought of when I thought of this game when I was working, Michael B. Jordan.
Really?
That's an attractive dude. Do you know who
Yeah.
that is?
Isn't
That dude? Yeah, he's
an actor.
he's the antagonist in the Black Panther.
And in Creed.
Yes. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. Michael B. Jordan. Yeah. I think that dude is good looking. I would say oh man. Yeah, definitely Michael B. Jordan. I would say, you know, a lot of people would say like Henry Cavill. I think he looks pretty plain. I mean, the dude is ripped, but he's like white. He's like really good white bread.
I see.
It's great, but it's like could be better. I really have to think. I don't know why I just went for 3 people because I don't.
Yeah, I can name you a solid 2.
I just have Michael B. Jordan.
Maybe
I just want to talk about how much I love Michael B. Jordan.
Hey.
Maybe this is the Michael B. Jordan corner where we're just talking about Michael B. Jordan. I really feel like I could name another man that I find attractive. In my straightness. Here, how about you go for a second?
Top 1. Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, interesting.
Funny man. Come on, Deadpool.
Okay.
There's a lot of other things he's in that I forget off the top of my head.
Detective Pikachu, he was really hot in that.
I guess you could say so. I don't know. I don't think about the attractiveness of him. I just think about how funny he is.
But you are straight for him.
I would say
You're straight for him?
would be straight for him, yeah.
I think Ryan Reynolds looks like a bad me character.
Wow.
His eyes are so close together.
That's I've never thought of that.
It's like someone was making a me and just took the eye slider and just pinched it in.
Go forward.
I just
don't.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying he's unattractive, but I just think.
But think about the funniness of him.
No, he's fine. Like, yeah, okay, fine.
And he's a good man. He's a great husband to his wife.
Personality, blah blah blah. His eyes are way too close together. Someone else I'm gay for, I'd probably say like Jason Momoa.
Oh.
Or no. I'd say The Rock.
Oh.
Yeah.
I couldn't see you guys being together.
Me neither, because I'm straight. But
well,
I just think he's just an absolute unit, and I think that's pretty cool. I would just like to hang out with him. I think he'd be a good bro.
I see.
I think he'd be a good bro.
Well, him and Kevin Hart work out pretty well.
True.
So.
He when him and Kevin Hart work out, he probably lifts Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
You know, with one arm, like he curls them. Who's your second person that you're straight for?
This is gonna sound so stupid.
I'm ready.
Ryan Gosling.
So
from The Notebook.
We are going with 2 Ryans.
Listen.
Ryan Gosling.
From The Notebook.
Now, do you agree that Jake Gyllenhaal is just a better Ryan Gosling?
No.
That's what I think. I think Jake Gyllenhaal is
he's played a lot more darker roles.
A better Ryan Gosling.
But Ryan Gosling, I would say, is purely for that pure lover boy that I see
Did you
in
see
The Notebook.
Blade Runner?
Yes, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
He did so good in that movie.
I've never seen Blade Runner, actually. I would love to.
So freaking good. We could watch it afterwards.
I have... You know this. I don't watch movies.
Yeah, he does not. He has a whole entire list.
And I have a giant list. I mean,
movies he would
and
like
it's an alphabetical order, and it's I'm not exaggerating. It's about 100 movies strong. I've crossed out probably 12 of them now, 12 or 15. Yeah, I'm making my way through it. But okay, Ryan Gosling. I mean, I'm not surprised. Him and Barbie. What did you think? Did you see Barbie?
I did see Barbie.
I did not see Barbie
because
I'm a man. I'm just kidding.
It was for men and women.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
If you had a freaking childhood, you went to go see Barbie.
No, I mean I would like to see Barbie. I heard it had a lot of good themes in it.
Yes,
I heard
themes.
You know it had a lot of good themes about like women expectations and stuff like that, and
women's roles in society.
Yeah, and I think that's really good. You know, I think that's a good a good statement, and it really, because when you see that there's a Barbie movie, you might think that it's just gonna be like a stereotypical chick flick, but no, I heard that it was actually a really good film. Do
Wait.
I hate the Ken Enough the Kenough song? Yes.
But
I
it
hate
also kind of
that
speaks
song.
to manhood.
What does?
The Ken Enough song.
I never heard it actually. I just don't like
I
the
wish
chorus.
that we really could play media
Yeah,
to hear. Because if you've heard the Ken Enough song, which I'm just gonna say this
I'm
really
just
quick.
Ken.
Well, a lot of men also, it does play into a little bit of men's roles into society as well in the Barbie movie, and like going out of those roles. So when Ken is singing that song, he's talking about like, I'm good enough to do anything I want. Like, it doesn't have to be chasing a woman. It doesn't have to be playing like these big man figures in the world or anything like that.
Football.
He's just enough himself.
Running down the pigskin,
Yeah.
building a car or fixing a boat.
Yeah.
What if I just want to collect Pokemon cards? Oh wait, I am.
And he does.
Yeah, but yeah, again, it's on my list of movies right under Blade Runner.
Yeah. But not in.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't like hearing that. I mean, I think it's just because I got annoyed by it, just because it was all over social media.
That is true.
Oh my gosh, talk about.
I have some. Does anything go on this podcast?
Huh?
Does anything go on this podcast?
What? It depends.
Dang it.
What?
It's a tweet I saw that was hilarious.
It depends if.
I'll show you the tweet.
Here we go, everybody. Will it be appropriate enough? She already messed up once. She already said a bad word.
A bad word. I'm
All
so
right.
sorry. I'm not a Christian
she's
woman.
She's digging herself into a hole.
I'm not digging myself into a hole.
I don't know. You said Ryan Reynolds was attractive. So.
Shush.
So yeah, that definitely will not go on the podcast.
Oh, that was funny though.
But I think that's great. Good deal. Thanks for showing me that.
Are you gonna show like the video anywhere? Because maybe I'll just like say the first part of it.
No.
Okay.
But yeah. Wait. Do you mean like the video of this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I post the video on YouTube.
Okay.
But no. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Talk about just the guy who hosted the Golden Globes. The guy who just messed up the Golden Globes, made fun of Barbie and all that stuff. Did you not see anything about that? So the Golden Globes, I couldn't tell you what they are. It's one of the 6 award shows for the entertainment industry. But it was this comedian, if you could call him a comedian, this guy named Joe Coy, and it was just Brittany. It was just bad.
I did not see.
It was so embarrassing. So. The Golden Globes have to do with movies. I think maybe, Oscars are for the actors and actresses. I think the Golden Globes are just for the actual movies. Like, I think it's the Golden Globe Awards for, like, the movies themselves and not the actors and actresses. Man, dude, it was so bad. This guy named Joe Coy, who's not a good comedian whatsoever, and he botched this. What he did, because Oppenheimer and Barbie were like the main two, right? The big two, and at the Golden Globes, obviously they both got nominated for stuff and whatever. And as a host, you're supposed to tell jokes and be funny and entertain the crowd. For example, I think Trevor Noah at the last Grammys did a great job. He treated all the artists well. His jokes were tasteful. I don't really enjoy him as a comedian, but I certainly think he did a great job hosting the Grammys. Joe Coy, the opposite. He started going into, he was talking about Barbie and Oppenheimer, and this is genuinely one thing that he said. He said, on one hand you have Oppenheimer, a big movie about scientific discoveries and the nuclear war and Einstein and science and the revolution of weapons as we know it. And then you have Barbie, which is a movie about a girl with big boobies.
No way.
That's exactly word
That's
for word what he
insane.
said. How embarrassing.
That is
I
very
mean, that's like,
embarrassing.
and then the cameramen knew what they were doing.
Oh.
They panned right to Margot Robbie's face, right to Ryan Gosling's face. The woman who directed it
Yeah.
went to her face, even to the Oppenheimer people. They were uncomfortable.
They were probably like,
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and dude, the crowd, it was silent. Not even like a boo or anything. It was just silent.
Just.
And everyone was just like, oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Because, I mean, that totally goes, that speaks on what the whole Barbie movie was
literally,
about.
I swear.
Literally what the Barbie
That's
movie
what I was gonna say in my head.
was about. Like, how pathetic is that? I mean, do
Very.
some research, dude. Like, that's not even if the Barbie movie was about that, it's not a funny joke.
No.
And the whole Barbie movie was about equality and the roles for women and roles for men. Just a very topical piece. And
Yeah.
he's just like,
Big
and
boobs.
Barbie's about this girl with big plastic boobies. That was exactly what he said.
That's
How
horrendous.
embarrassing.
It like
How-
you said, it just plays right into.
It plays right into what the whole movie's about.
Yeah.
And then he kept saying jokes, and at some point he started making excuses for himself up on the stage in front of all of these A-list actors and directors. He would say a joke, it would bomb, and one thing he said, this is word for word, he was like, I just got the gig 30 hours ago. Shut up. He said that. I'm like, dude, you are a bad comedian from
Yeah.
the start. Like, I've watched his comedy. It's not good. All he does is just make fun of his mom.
Oh.
But do some research, man. Like, what the heck?
You want to know what's really funny?
Hmm.
I tried to get my grandpa and I to watch a movie together, right?
What movie?
Oh boy! So we
Wait.
we sit down on.
Explain your grandpa, though.
My grandpa, I would say, is just a pure.
Red, white, and blue blooded American.
Yep.
Yeah.
Born in Ohio.
Amen.
Lives in Florida. Works
Yeah.
for himself. Type of man, you know.
A man's man.
A man's man, I would say. So we get down on the couch.
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm like, yeah, let's watch a movie. I'm going through. I'm like,
Barbie.
you know, I have HBO Max now, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, Barbie's on there.
What did he say?
Oh boy, his reaction immediately was like, "You're gonna make me watch that." That.
You're gonna make me watch that girly stuff?
No, literally, he was
Gosh,
like,
that's
"I'm
awesome.
a man. Why
That's-
would I watch Barbie?" I said, "Come on, 10 minutes.
That's
10 minutes, I'll
awesome.
turn it off. 10 minutes.
That's awesome.
Just 10 minutes, right?"
Oh, that's incredible.
So, I put on an actual timer because I knew this man
Oh,
was
yeah.
going to be suffering.
Oh, yeah.
Suffering.
Oh, that's
Because
awesome.
he's a 70-year-old man, by
That's
the way.
awesome.
So we're sitting there watching it, and he's like, keeps sucking his teeth through.
I hate it when people do that.
Yeah, he just keeps sucking his teeth, and then I'm like, fine. The alarm goes off. I turn it off.
You put
I'm
on, Mission Impossible or something?
Listen, this is what I put on.
Hit me.
I put on the new, with the new freaking Batman movie with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, you don't like the light stuff? We'll go
Yeah.
to the dark stuff.
Yeah, the emo stuff.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that was just
man.
so funny because he was,
All this sissy bull crap.
yeah, all this sissy stuff.
I don't want to watch a movie about
Barbies.
girls.
I didn't play with Barbies.
I played with the grill.
I played
I
with
want to watch a movie of people grilling.
Grill. Literally.
Grilling ribeye steak.
And you know what's funny? He watches YouTube shorts
Attaboy.
on the TV.
Yes. Oh, so it just plays
Yeah.
out the whole house.
Yeah.
He's just watching Logan Paul
5
and stuff.
second videos, just like.
Oh,
next,
that is golden.
Next.
That
next.
is golden. That's funny. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for trying to show him Barbie.
I tried.
Oh, that's awesome.
I tried.
That is
It
awesome.
was hilarious. Oh boy.
That's so funny. Yeah, man. But yeah, the Golden Globes, Joe Coy, dude. At least just look up the clip.
I'll definitely.
At some time, just absolutely botched it. Just botched it. So yeah, I have a story. to tell you about. Oh goodness. About when I was little. So like I'm a weird guy.
Weird man.
In general, but I was so weird when I was little.
Okay.
I was just so weird. I
What
think
type of
I
weird?
think I wasn't hungry for attention.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted attention because I got so bullied. Like I got bullied so much that I was only getting negative attention. So I wanted to be the funny guy.
Yeah.
This and that. And I don't know why I remembered this the other day, but this had to have been fourth or fifth grade. I think it was fourth grade. And so we had like snack time, and my mother, being the nutritionist that she is, would pack me a fruit by the foot, and and for some reason I don't even know how I even fell into doing this, but I kind of became my own little Houdini.
I see.
And for some reason I thought people would think this was cool. It wasn't. I would unravel the fruit by the foot all the way, and I would take the end and just start swallowing it. And I would see how much I could swallow down my throat.
So actually, that's really funny.
Did you also do that?
Not as a kid, but I just used
like
it
last week?
No, recently
Oh my
as
gosh.
a test. It wasn't recently. It was at the Kava bar.
Okay.
Me and this person were going against each other to see who was the biggest munch.
Okay.
And we were doing that.
So
whoever was quicker.
I would just try to make this fruit by the foot disappear, and I must have been freaking out those kids, because that's just weird. You know, they're like, "Where's Celestino?" And
Shoving a foot
they
down
they just look over at me, and I'm just like, and I would just keep going, and then at the end I'd just pull it out and like be like, "Guys, look."
Are you serious? You
got...
didn't even actually eat it?
No, I'm saying I swallowed it whole.
And then you would pull it out.
Yeah. Like I was a receipt printer. Just, yeah.
Do you not have a gag reflex?
I don't know. It was bad.
I'm so confused.
It was so weird.
That's
and I
so
was probably
crazy.
freaking those. To me, I thought.
I would have been freaked out if you pulled that out.
I hope they were freaked out, because I don't deserve any positive reaction from that. I thought I don't even know what I was aiming to do. I thought I was being funny or interesting. I don't know, but I would just take these fruit by the foots and just like, I was the guy who could like do the sword swallowing where they put the sword down and put it out, but I would do it with the fruit by the foot. So I would just swallow it whole and then pull it back out. I was just I was just weird, man.
I thought you were actually like eating.
No, I could eat a fruit by the foot. No, dude, I'm saying I was literally swallowing it whole. And just pulling it back. It would like get in my stomach. I just pull it back out. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
I did so much weird things, and I think it was just for attention. I think because I just loved attention. I wasn't obnoxious with the attention, because you could have those kids in class where it's like the whole time they're just being obnoxious and loud and trying to be funny. I was never like that. I was silent about how stupid I was. And this was one of those cases. The fruit by the foot sword swallowing. It's just stupid. Absolutely stupid.
Foot by the fruits.
Yeah, I don't even know why. I don't even know what went through my head to do that. Gosh.
I couldn't even imagine that.
What about you? Do you have any stories when you were younger?
I mean,
something stupid.
Something very stupid.
Something stupid, yeah.
I guess I don't know if I was spoiled as a kid or something like this, but anytime my mom would tell me no.
Oh gosh.
And when I tell this story with, this is so bad. I was very young, very young. If she told me no or said something I guess I didn't like, I would go into the kitchen and slam my head into the tile.
That's good.
That's horrible.
The tile on the floor?
Yeah.
So you would just get down on all fours and just slam your head.
Slamming my head into the ground until she would change her mind.
That explains a lot.
No, it doesn't.
That explains a lot. That's a bold move. So, Mom,
I mean, as a child, to immediately, that's your first thought is, I'm just gonna go hurt myself.
If my kid did that, I would just throw them to the hospital and just wait till they're fixed. That is just scary.
Yeah, my parents probably should have done that.
That's such a funny image. Just imagining little
Brittany,
you. Like, what do you mean I can't have muffins? And then go into the kitchen and just start
slamming my
banging your head onto the floor. Gosh, that's just. I'm trying to remember if I had anything like that, anything stupid like. I remember when I would get mad, I would just shove paper down my piggy bank.
Oh.
I don't know why I thought that was
I'm gonna have enough money to leave this place.
I don't know why. I would just take, printer paper, rip it up, and just shove it into my piggy bank. And I thought for some reason that would help me.
Them?
No, just, I think it was because I thought, the more paper I put in here, the more calm I'll be. But then by the end, I had a piggy bank full of just blank paper and no money, and I just got even more mad.
I think it was one day I'm gonna have enough.
I don't know why I did that.
One day.
Oh, man. Speaking of why people do things that are stupid, that's a solid segue. That's what you get here on the Something Cafe podcast, is perfect segues and a little bit of tender love and care from your boy.
Wow.
Megamind.
I have not watched the trailer. You didn't show me the trailer before.
The trailer. Okay, so Megamind, just the first one, amazing movie.
Yeah.
It's an incredible movie. The animation, wonderful.
Yeah.
The animation's great. The story's great. It's funny. No matter how old you are. I mean, it is just a funny movie.
Yes.
The whole movie is just so funny. It's so good. It's a parody on Superman and this evil genius who's a loser and he realizes that being evil is not going to bring him the happiness that he wants, and he loves this girl. I mean, it's a great movie. Everyone can enjoy Megamind.
Yeah.
And recently they have released the trailer for Megamind 2, which they have named Megamind and the Doom Syndicate.
Interesting.
You've seen the first Megamind, right?
Yes.
The trailer for Megamind 2 is so bad.
Oh.
They've totally thrown out Megamind. He's not him. First of all, the animation is horrible.
Well,
it looks like a video game.
Didn't Megamind, the first one, get made by DreamWorks?
DreamWorks, yep.
Yeah, but now isn't DreamWorks just Pixar? I believe that's the case. Or
the Masonic Temple, because they cannot animate. It is it's so bad. The Megamind 2 trailer, the animation's horrible, first of all. It looks like a video game. Megamind is a very expressive character. In the first movie, he's very flowy. He runs, because he's an alien, right? He's all goofy. When he pulls out blasters, or he's running, or he's freaking out, he's a very animated character.
Yes.
He's a very big character.
Very flamboyant.
In the second movie, I'm not kidding, his arms never leave his side. And the jokes are horrible. It's not voiced by Will Ferrell.
Interesting.
It's horrible, and the jokes are just lame. It's schlocky cliche stuff. In one scene in the trailer, he hands a kid a little grenade thing, and he's like, okay, have fun with this button, or it could be a flash bomb, you never know. What are these jokes? And it's about Megamind stopping this Doom Syndicate group. Megamind was never about anybody else except Megamind. That's the whole point. The whole point of the first Megamind was to follow this arc of this kid who was put into unfortunate circumstances, grow up wanting to be evil, and then finding out that evil was not making him happy.
Yep.
the second movie is about him stopping these things, like this bad guy group. It's so bad. It is so bad.
I don't know if
And
I'll go to see that then.
it's just so. Oh, I am not. I will not give them my money. It makes me so upset because Megamind was like one of the first movies when I was younger that I remember just loving.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny, and I loved it. I would watch it with my dad. We to this day joke about the references and say stuff from the first movie, and this second movie is so bad, and it makes you wonder, like, what's happening to animation, because there's been a lot of animations recently that just are horrible, or that are just lazy and blocky, and for now this is a little bit of an older movie, but
these were still coming out to us as kids, though.
Yeah.
With these adult
yeah.
themes
and
and everything
and the animation was incredible when we were younger, and the story was great. And now they did like a back-to-back comparison of the Megamind video game and this new one, and the graphics look the same.
Oh, that's horrible.
Are you kidding me? A full-fledged movie?
But from a video game?
If the first Megamind was like that, then no one would bat an eye. But the first Megamind was perfect. So then you just go downhill.
Well, that's the problem with a lot of people. Like, I'm an avid moviegoer, and that's the problem with a lot of the movies coming out nowadays, is it's just remakes.
It's just remakes.
It's
same
lazy,
story.
Yeah,
and
not...
they know that people are always going to come see it. So it's the same thing with video games. These developers and production houses are getting lazier because they know if it's a universe or if it's a series, the diehard fans will come see it no matter what.
No matter what.
And they're playing off of that, and it's really ruining a lot of entertainment.
Yes, I can agree.
Do you remember the movie Hotel Transylvania?
Yes.
Great movie. The first one?
Fantastic.
Oh my gosh. Such a funny... Again, it's a kid's cartoon, and yet I would still love it right now. I'm 21 years old. I think that movie is amazing.
Yeah.
It's funny. Again, the animation is great.
Yep.
Dracula is very fluid in the way that they walk, and the humor, the jokes. There's subtle scenes of love and conflict. Yep. Amazing movie. Did you see the sequels?
Yes.
Horrible. Horrible. And I remember, and now I was pretty young, like when the second one came out. I was still young enough to where I was going to the theater with my parents, which is something that me and my little brother and me and my family really only did when me and my brother were younger.
Yeah.
And so I was still young enough to go with them as a kid. And when I went to see this movie, this was like the sequel to Hotel Transylvania, the first one. I remember thinking, even as young as I was, I remember thinking, the animation is just bad. It's not as good as the first one. Again, it's blocky, it's weird, it doesn't have the same charm as the first one.
Yeah.
And then I remember thinking, well, is this just... Because there is an element of nostalgia, right? Yes. Everything that we love when we're younger is never going to be... Nothing's going to be better than that. No. I truly believe that it is actually worse and horrible.
Well, I think because when a lot of these movies were coming out, with a lot of adult, humor in them and everything like that, that as the years go on and they try to come out with a second one, a third one, or a fourth one, or they make it into short animated series or stuff like that. It's for the kids actually of this generation, which doesn't have a lot of adult themes behind it or anything like that, or they'll like make it those quick like, because now TikTok and everything like that kind of rules the generation underneath us.
Ridiculous.
Where it's a short attention span, so that's why they create these like new animated series or the second one or the third one and stuff like that to kind of cater to those continued generations. And I get that as a movie series or even as a show series, you want to kind of cater to your audience and younger members and stuff like that, especially if you are a kids show or movie.
It is just killing the stories, man.
No, it is.
It is killing the stories. It's killing the animation. It's killing the fun.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's upsetting. And the same thing's happening to video games. There's a lot of games that come out now that are just not good, and they're very buggy, and they release with a lot of issues, and the developers don't care because they know people are still gonna buy it.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. Like, for example, like you guys learned in the first episode, I love Pokemon. Pokemon is a huge part of my life. The games suck.
Mm-hmm.
They do. The games are horrible right now. We are on the 9th generation of games. I played on the DS, and then I think I got rid of my DS. I didn't play it, and then I got my Switch in 2020, and I played Generation 8, and then I actually just finished 9 like last week. So the reason I bring up, did you ever play the Pokemon games?
Nope.
Okay, well, it's sin for one, and two, it's turn-based combat, which is like the easiest formula.
Mm.
You throw out your Pokemon, they throw out theirs. You use a move, then they use a move, and you use a move, and if their Pokemon dies, then they throw out the next one. How evolved can that system really get?
No.
Not really. So you would think, well, couldn't the Pokemon Company maybe make a more fluid battle style? Like, maybe you can keep using moves over and over again while you dodge them and stuff. Like, you could make something really cool, like a brawler, right? Like a third person like brawler or something. It's just it's ridiculous because the formula has not changed since the first game. It all looks better.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. The animations are great when Pokemon use moves. Back then, it would be the little sprites of the Pokemon, and when they would use a move, it would just like shake, and it would be like Charizard used Flamethrower.
Yeah.
Now it's actually animated. Charizard shoots flames, but it's still blocky. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the recent news of Pal World?
No, but isn't that the new Pokemon, like...
ripoff?
Yeah.
Pal World is Pokemon with guns.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
You can enslave. You can literally enslave what they call pals. These little and big monsters, and you can make them work in mines.
Yep.
And now, this game is a blatant ripoff of Pokemon.
When I saw it, I was like, because it's not my game style whatsoever.
It's definitely mine.
Well, I mean, the shooting the guns is definitely mine, but the thing is that those two worlds together, I just don't see them working well.
It's very weird. Actually, the game is doing really well right now.
Really?
It's doing extremely well. But Pokemon has actually put out an official statement. Now, Pokemon, you guys don't know this, at least I don't think, but the Pokemon Company, it's such a bad company.
Wow.
They don't listen to anybody.
I see.
They don't listen to anything or anybody. They've ruined their own games, trying to use gimmicks and new things. And when Pal World came out, it opened everybody's eyes. Because here's the thing. We have Pokemon, which is a collection-themed game of adventure where you're collecting these monsters and battling with them.
Yeah.
And making them stronger. Pal World is an adventure collection-themed game where there's a lot of pals, these monsters that you can catch with Pal Balls.
Yep.
Come on. Pal Balls, like Pokeball. You catch them with Pal Balls, and you can use them to battle, but then you can also make them work in your factories, and you can shoot them out of guns, you can shoot them with guns. Come on, right? And a lot of the pals in Pal World look exactly like Pokemon.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, like blatant ripoffs. And I want to be mad at it.
Mm.
But when you look at the gameplay of Pal World, you get what's a big strong word? You get mad. Big word. Because
big word.
Because Pal World is doing what Pokemon should be doing.
Mm.
The gameplay is amazing. you can do anything with the pals. You can ride on them and fly. You can do all these cool things. The fights are dynamic, and they move and they jump.
Oh.
Pokemon, it's
same.
I'll use the 2 Pokemon that I have here. Oh. It's literally just like Pokemon. It's like attack, faint. You know, Pal World. It's totally blown it out of the water, and it made everybody like beg the question, like, Pokemon has to evolve now, right? I mean, how long has Pokemon? How long have the Pokemon games been being made since 2000, 1998?
Mm-hmm.
The fundamental has not changed. It's been 20 and a half years. What?
The laziness.
And then these random developers from Pal World completely rip off Pokemon, and they made a game that's like 100% better. I mean, really. And it's so frustrating. As a Pokemon lover, it's just like, I just wish Pokemon would listen. Now, they did put out an official statement. They did not name Pal World, but they said, now, and again, the Pokemon company does not recognize anything in public. They are always quiet. They don't listen to their fans. They don't do anything. They actually said, like, we've noticed that there has been a game very similar to ours, blah blah blah, and legal action is pending. But honestly, I can't fault Pal World, because they
probably listened to, or probably one of the developers was somebody who did play Pokemon and was getting frustrated.
They made a better Pokemon, and I want to say I'm not gonna play it because I want to stand on business and and support Pokemon, but I don't know, dude. I'm just it's just incredible.
I mean, when you as a person that has been following something for a very long time, and it's something that you're passionate about,
and it's never changed,
and you are like voicing these, especially such a large group, voicing those opinions, and then something that does come out is exactly what you've been asking for.
It's from a couple random developers.
Yeah, and it, like, that's insane to me, because it's like
ridiculous.
Those people are probably people that have played Pokemon or have been seeing that this is something that we're seeing in this company that they're not changing. Let's just do it. Let's just do it and see where it takes us. Yeah.
I'm really excited to see where it goes. I don't want Pal World to get sued. I really don't. I want to see it do well. I'm probably going to end up buying it and playing it because I mean, it's all over TikTok and Instagram. People are loving it. I might pick it up. Speaking of TikTok, so TikTok is such it's an interesting thing. Anybody can do anything on TikTok.
Absolutely anything.
I thought about starting a TikTok account, recording the cardboard compactor at my work.
Oh my goodness. I mean, there are definitely people that will follow it.
I'm one of those people. I follow hydraulic press accounts.
That's horrible.
It's not, because I love watching like machinery, like crush stuff. I thought about look at Lars.
Lars is like, please let me in.
No, Lars doesn't get let in because he's trying to chew on these DT770s, and if you are in the music industry, you just cracked a smile because you know how good these headphones are. Brittany got the hand-me-downs.
Yeah. The original full set.
Yeah, actually, yeah. No, really. No, I still have the Scarlet 2i too right there. Oh gosh,
my
Lars.
lord.
Get down, Lars. Good boy. Well, what was I saying? Oh yeah. I almost started an account recording my cardboard compactor at work. Now this just goes to show that we live in the land of the free.
Anything is possible.
And we can do anything. And there has been one man that I've really been interested in recently.
Oh boy.
On TikTok. I showed Brittany this. I would like to start playing these for the actual podcast, but I need to figure out the routing first, and I would have to sit closer to the laptop to do this. Mm-hmm. Now, I really like this couch thing. And normally in my episodes, I sit in my chair right here when it's just me, but this worked out well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you like this setup, if there's anything if there's something you need that we need to change in the sound. But there is one sound that I don't want to change, and that is this man on TikTok who he makes.
Oh my gosh.
Lars is going for the gold right now. Good boy. He's probably going to go back up there.
Yeah.
This man will go into public and make what he calls ogre calls.
Oh boy.
So this man, get this, he goes out in public and he has these certain phrases, and he does it at the hospital, at Walmart, at gas stations, and he will make these sounds that sound. He goes, "Crew mama, crew boom boom." And this is the testament to anyone can do anything. This man's got like 100,000 followers, and he goes into public and makes these sounds. I started following his account at first because I thought he was doing it as a joke. Mm-hmm. Like, I thought it was just like those people who go into public. He would do it in bathrooms too. He would be in the stall and just go like. Now, I think that's hilarious. Like, I think it's funny, like, videos of people in bathroom stalls, and they'll just go like really funny noises. I just, I'm a guy, and I think that's funny. But no, he's not joking.
He's not.
He's like created this language of these ogre calls, and he calls them ogre audits.
Just waiting for another ogre to.
And he says, he says he does these ogre audits to call out and to locate other ogres. And at first I actually thought he was a voice actor, because the phrases that he does actually sound really good and could be used in film and video games and stuff. I thought he was like an actual, because that's a real thing. There are voice actors who specifically do like orcs.
Yeah.
In like Lord of the Rings games or movies, because it's a really strenuous sound and it hurts a lot. So there are voice actors who actually specialize in making orc sounds. Mm-hmm. I thought that was this guy. No. He explains that he does it to shine light on guardianship abuse and delirium. And it's kind of funny because I'm like, dude, I feel like this guy has delirium. Like he's going around making these ogre calls. I don't know if he's handicapped in the head or not, but I mean, it's just, I find it personally, I find it fascinating that people like this can just go out and do literally anything and make money off of it. The last video I saw was like ogre audit at the hospital with my dad. His dad was in the hospital, and he's walking around the hospital just going, "Crew mama, crew boo boo." I mean, we truly live in the land of the free.
Of the free.
We live in the land of the free.
I mean,
that a man can go around and make ogre noises.
Speaking of TikTok, though, TikTok is a crazy thing since it's come out. Because it basically now controls the music industry. From an outsider's perspective, yes. The music industry, people are just now famous off of just making videos, off of...
But, we've seen this since YouTube, right?
Well,
but
yes.
not to the extent.
No, not to this extent, especially for such short videos.
Short content.
Like, I know, I haven't been on TikTok in a while, but TikTok had made their maximum video like a minute and something now.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, it was what you had 30 seconds,
Oh,
60
dude,
seconds.
it's
like,
it's longer than a minute or something like that. Like
now.
You can it's 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not watching a 10-minute video. If
I
you
mean,
don't have...
I would watch a 10-minute video, but it has to be something that I'm interested in.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, there's a couple accounts that I follow on TikTok that are like really cool. Like either they're Pokemon card collectors, or they do fun facts about Pokemon and about the anime and stuff like that. I mean, I'll watch a 10-minute video of that, but some of it's just, like, some of the TikTok lives is, like, someone fake crying in the camera and yelling at people to stop sending them money. And the more
and they'll get
and the
money.
more money that people send them, the more angry they get. And that's just theater. I mean, that's just the act.
Yeah.
And that's and sometimes I'll be on TikTok. I went into the settings and set up like a timer, because I found myself just scrolling.
I had to delete.
Yeah. I can't delete it because that's my business.
I get that.
Like, I do music. I have, and I'm gonna make a TikTok for the highlights of this podcast. So, granted, if I'm on break at work, I'll go on TikTok, because what else am I gonna do? I'm not gonna make money on my break.
Yeah.
So, but I had to set a timer. I'm kind of embarrassed about it because I set it to 10 minutes. So when I'm on there for 10 minutes, it'll put up a little pop-up that says, hey, take a break, and you can either hit OK and it just shuts off, or you can hit snooze and it sets another 10-minute timer.
Yeah.
I think that's a great feature, but yeah, it's just all crap, and what I call, it's just brain rot.
Yeah.
It's just brain rot.
Too much media consumption is very bad for you.
That, and there's just certain media on there that's genuinely just brain rot.
Yeah.
Like, just over and over repeated memes and colors and images and all this crazy stuff. It is genuinely brain rot. And which is why, I mean, I'm not planning to be a father anytime soon. I don't know if you're planning to be a father, but I will not give my kids an iPad.
Well, you want to hear something crazy?
Tell me.
That they just passed a law in Florida that now anybody under the age of 16, I believe, cannot have their own social media account in the state of Florida.
Really?
Yep.
Really? That makes me happy.
It makes me happy, but I don't understand how they're going to...
16's a little high.
Yeah, but I don't understand how they're going to enforce that.
Yeah, because all of us since we were 10, the page would say, verify that you're 18. What would it be like, oh, darn it.
No, we find a way around it.
No, you say you're 18. I play video games. I have an account on Steam. For games that had guns, it would be like, to view this store page, verify you're 18. Dude, I was like 12. Like, yes, I am 18. I was born in 1785. Yeah. Like I would make up some crazy birthday.
Year, yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna enforce it too.
No.
Here's what's interesting. How about celebrities that are under 16? You have Disney actors.
True, but
only in Florida. But I mean, hey, it starts in Florida, right? It's gonna spread.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing. When did this get passed?
Just recently I saw a news article on it.
That is very good. That's very good for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
There's a lot that is bad about social media, and especially with kids' minds, developing minds.
Yep.
I mean, that's constant comparison to all of their friends and people that are more rich than them or more attractive than them, especially for younger boys and younger girls.
Yeah.
Like, very insecure children, like girls not thinking that they're pretty enough. That happens up into adulthood.
Yep.
That happens to humans, but specifically girls, because I mean, young girls are ruthless.
Oh, super ruthless.
Right? I mean, I mean, in the amount of comparisons that they make with each other, and oh, she's not pretty as much as us. You can't hang out with us, and this and that, and
Yep.
you don't have, I can't believe you're still in a training bra. I mean, things that are very real.
Yeah.
That kids get made fun of for no reason, and
For
it's just
absolutely
not
no
right.
reason.
And social media just makes it worse. With boys, it's not as harsh with the comparison, but it's still there.
No, it definitely
it's still there. And I'm really glad to hear that. I think that's a great first step. I do feel like in the future there are going to be more restrictions for younger people.
For internet access,
And
I think there should be.
I really hope there is, because I mean, dude, you've seen it. You go to Walmart or something, or you go and shop somewhere.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not telling people how to parent their children.
Mm-mm.
I do not understand how hard that is. It's very hard. And I will not, it's up to the parents for how they parent their children. There certainly is a wrong way to do it. Okay, but again, I'm coming from an opinion that is not seasoned in that.
Yeah.
In
area.
that area. But when I see like a mom with her kids out in Walmart, and both of the kids have these giant iPads and they're just walking around with their heads up to them, that's damaging.
You know about iPad kids, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good.
That's just damaging. That is what I call brain rot.
Well, the thing is that I don't know what you were doing as a child, but a lot of kids my age, we were playing in the freaking streets.
Playing outside,
which is very good for a healthy, active lifestyle, even in the first place.
I grew up on a campground for like the first half of my life. Like, all we did was just play outside, and me and my best friend, we accidentally played in poop.
Just living life.
But now look, I also played a lot of video games when I was younger. I had a DS. I had
a healthy balance.
Exactly. Like, parents have to be parents. The iPad is not the parent.
Yeah.
I watched this one video, and it was like this parent, this mother took her ex-husband to court for child support when the husband was already paying it, and he was actually paying more than what he should have been. She was wanting him to pay more. And then she talked about the kids, and the mom said, well, they have iPads, they're fine. You are killing your kids.
Well,
socially.
You're killing their attention span.
The attention span, especially when there's no discipline there. Like, a parent shouldn't get angry at the technology for doing this to their kids. They should be angry at themselves for letting them have it. Like, kids with phones and everything like that, and iPads.
What happened to freaking flip phones?
Yeah.
Or track phones.
Yeah.
Like, when you got old enough to a certain point and your parents wanted safety reasons to give you a phone, they gave you.
I am not giving my children technology up, and I am fine with consoles.
Yeah.
Because here's the things. Consoles, on the most part, are not portable.
Yeah.
The Switch is, but it also, again, if you're a parent, you put rules on it.
Yeah.
You don't take your Switch unless we are going on a very long car ride, the plane, maybe if I'm going to a doctor's appointment. Fine, bring it. Yeah, bring your Switch and some headphones when you're sitting at the doctor's appointment. Whatever. But only when it's to me personally, it's only when I know my kid is going to be sitting somewhere for a long period of time. Bored, right? Because at the same time, they get really restless and they start whining and stuff like that. It's that's, fine. The electronic pacifier, fine. But at places like Walmart, let your kid walk around and not have his head buried in a screen.
Yeah.
Even at restaurants.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, kids with their iPads on the table and the parents are eating at the table. It is dystopic.
Yeah.
Because it's like, let your kid be bored. Let your kid be bored.
Yeah, because that constant gratification,
Mm-hmm.
like, is bad. And
Yeah.
A lot of studies have been done on that, is that we live now in a society of constant, like, immediate gratification.
Yeah.
Like, if we're not immediately happy with something, we're just like, okay, we're done.
I mean, dude, I would genuinely be a lot happier if I didn't have social media.
How do you think I feel?
Like me right now. And you know, I'll tell you why I still have it is because I'm a musician. I do music and I do this podcast and I have to have social media.
No, of course.
I have to have it because
that is marketing right now.
That is today's billboard and I have to have it. But man, I just wish if I didn't have to have it, I wouldn't have any social media.
Wow. When you get very successful, you can just pay somebody to do it for you.
Dude, I've even thought about doing that now.
Listen,
genuinely.
It's so much better
just to let someone else do it because they would be more into it and active and want to. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I really enjoy this podcast, and I actually really enjoyed editing some videos for social media of the previous episodes. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's rare for me to actually enjoy that. Wow. Yeah.
Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation. Kratom, Kava, ogres, and
media consumption.
Technology and Pokemon. You know, it's just let us know in the comments, man. Like, what do you think about that take with the electronics and the iPads? Because, I mean, that's the new toy. You know, there's no more Beyblades.
Well, soon here enough, technology is gonna be way too far advanced for things to be just in moderation.
I mean, look at the Apple Vision Pro.
Oh boy, I don't even want to get started on that.
Can you imagine? Do I think it's a wicked piece of technology? Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
That's some cool stuff.
But
this is Blade Runner. We are. I mean, there are videos of people walking around outside and in subways with the Apple Vision Pro on.
If you have ever watched an episode of Black Mirror...
I haven't, but I want to.
Oh my goodness.
This is how it starts.
Whoever's listening to this, if you've watched Black Mirror, you know what's coming next. Like,
I mean, really?
iRobot.
Yeah.
Do you know that they already have police robots in New York? Police robots.
Yeah.
In New York. Absolutely insane.
I mean, the Apple Vision Pro is an awesome piece of technology, and I think it's going to be very helpful. I don't want to reverse this enhancement. I think it's cool, and I think it's cool for people to be walking around with it on, but we've got to be careful.
Wally?
Because really, because then look. This is basically artificial eyes now, right?
Yep.
You are not seeing the real world. You're seeing the real world through a camera, and you have your phone at your eyes, right? It's basically a real life HUD.
Yep.
Just kind of wicked. But what's next, right? The first it's the vision.
Hearing.
Then it's the hearing. Then it's transportation.
Holograms.
Then it's transportation. We are actually going to have the Wall-E chairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying.
Everybody
Everybody is going to have the Wall-E chairs. And again, look, I'm all about advancement in technology. And look, I mean, I'm sure there's technology right now that we use every day that people 50 years ago were saying, "Oh, we got to be careful about 100%. This and that." And look, we are doing the same thing that the boomers did, but let's be real. This is a bit more intense than a mobile phone.
Yep, I say that it should just stick to like medical fields, people of government stuff. Because the thing is that yes, as much as it would give them a hand above us, we as humans don't really need
We don't.
technology. We need human
We
connection because we lack that so much, especially after the pandemic.
And now it's literally on our face.
Yes, 100%.
To the point where the Apple Vision Pro has this feature where it displays your actual eyes on
that's
the
insane.
front of it.
I hate that.
So it looks like you're looking at the person.
But you're not.
You're not. And what one of the cells is it can record certain things. So I think this is cool, but will be bad, okay? But what you can do is you can record literal memories.
I hate
So
that. That is an episode in Black Mirror.
So let's
I hate
say when I got Lars for the first time, I had my Apple Vision Pro. My dad hands me Lars, and I'm like, oh, cute kitten! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy! I'm gonna name him Lars. The Apple Vision Pro can record that, and then when you play it back, you are watching the vision with the same perspective of your eyes, not just a video. Because again, videos is like it's on a flat screen and you're just watching it, right? No, you literally put it on and you relive that memory. Imagine how many kids. Follow me here. Imagine how many kids are gonna have birthday parties, celebrating with their family, and like their dad and their mom are both wearing these to record the kid blowing out their candles, and mommy and daddy are just wearing these giant machines on their heads, like here son, here's your cake, yay, woohoo, and like mommy and daddy are both wearing, Transformers on their face. I mean,
I hate that.
Wow.
I hate that so much.
I'm excited to see what it does, and with AI, here's the thing.
Nope.
I love AI. AI is fire.
I love AI.
AI is freaking
things,
fire.
But I hate how much it has gone commercial.
Oh yeah, and it's only gonna get more.
Oh, I know. Which is horrible.
It's only gonna more. I love AI because it solves everything for me.
I bet, but
it solves a lot of things for me, and it's really nice for numerical and like boring stuff. But yeah, like AI integrated with the Apple Vision Pro, and it could you could have. I feel like we're gonna get to a point where we will be having conversations with people without moving our mouths.
Yep.
I feel like we're gonna get to a point where our Apple Vision Pros are so smart that it uses AI to have a conversation with the other one.
Oh my god, I hate that.
And we never talk.
I hate that. Literally WALL-E to a freaking T. Black Mirror, there's an episode about the memories.
Wow.
WALL-E, we're just sitting in chairs, letting robots and freaking WALL-E. Screens right in front of our face. We're hovering. Like, we're just going to be fat.
Yeah.
Little, our brains are going to be so smooth.
Just mush.
And this is all of this technology plays into our economy so much because the thing is that you know what it does?
Makes people freaking rich?
No. It makes people freaking stupid.
Stupid. Yeah.
Stupid, and then college degrees won't matter anymore. Technology is just overruled because there's people already in our education system that use AI and everything like that to a T where it does their schoolwork for them. They don't even have to do anything.
Gosh.
So there's people going into these fields that literally
where was AI in high school?
No.
Where was AI in high school?
I think you should learn as much as possible because they used to say knowledge is power.
No, facts. No, that's there is a point to all of that, but I'm just thinking about all of the kids in school right now that are just using
all of that
Chat GPT. But for so I used AI to write all of my cover letters for jobs.
Yeah, 100%.
That is, I am gonna defend that. That was awesome.
I think that's very smart.
That was awesome because it takes so long to write something like that, and I literally with a couple clicks of the keyboard, I was applying for 15 jobs, and it wrote me a cover letter for each individual one with my own details, and it did it like that. That's awesome.
See,
but
very
that's
useful.
where the line is.
Yeah.
Is like there's convenience, and then there's hyper convenience.
Yeah.
And hyper convenience is dangerous. That's when we turn into Wall-E.
Yep.
Yeah, that's. Oh man, I'm gonna check my notes app to see if there's any other topics I forgot. So in preparation for this podcast, I was like, I was kind of out of ideas. I didn't have a lot of topics, and so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go onto Google, and I'm just going to look up top headlines.
Well, you know what we haven't gotten into yet.
I don't know, but hold on. I went onto Google and just looked up today's headlines, today's top stories.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see a single thing that was positive.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, I've never been one to watch news ever. I mean, I've never. I only watch it when like my parents have it on whenever I'm home, and I'm 6 states away, so I'm not home at all. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go on there and see if there's anything interesting that I can talk about with Brittany. Like every single thing. I went through multiple pages of Google, like child beheaded in parking lot.
Oh my gosh.
Like one was like 2 twins found dead on the side of the road in an abandoned car.
Wow.
I'm like, what was that? Like, there has to be like new type of gummy created by Fruit Chew Master or something like something fun.
Yeah.
Something fun, something interesting to talk about. No, I looked up top stories, top headlines, and it's like why this politician will literally end the human race. Like, who wants to talk about that?
Oh,
Who wants
that's
to read about that?
Me.
But one topic that is insane is
I'm scared.
We had a lot of events at the Kava bar.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we didn't have great communication a lot of the time, just us and the other 2 employees. And I wouldn't work there a lot. I would only work on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when a lot of events would happen. And Brittany, I started my shift and I thought it was just going to be a normal shift. And my coworker tells me, "Hey, tonight's going to be like death metal night." So I'm like,
oh boy.
I'm like, oh, all right. Genre that I hate, for one. Brittany, of all people, knows this. That's like, but the last, I would literally listen to pandas breeding above death metal.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, okay, great, awesome. Nothing says tea that makes you feel chill like a dude with hair longer than his legs screaming into a microphone.
Listen, I just wanted to do some cool events that, like, you know.
Fair enough. That's fine.
Very inclusive to everybody.
But Brittany outdid herself. So, me and my other coworker.
Wait. Before you get into
Yeah.
this, to be fair, this event was actually not supposed to happen at all. I tried to cancel it.
Shouldn't have happened.
I tried to cancel it as much as I could, but the person above me would not let me cancel this event.
Well. So me and my other coworker are working. Brittany's not there. She's lucky, and the bands start rolling in. And we've got some real metalheads coming in, and I'm just like, all right, cool, you know, whatever. And they're all setting up, and then the show starts, and they're all playing. And you know what? I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm like, this is fine. This is something new. I'm not doing anything because everyone's just watching. No one's getting drinks, so I'm just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
And look, I like live music, so I'm kind of enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
And as the bands go on, it gets progressively more intense. And then we get to the final band.
Gulp.
I've never felt... I'm a good guy. I'm a tough guy. I don't feel scared a lot. Genuinely, I don't feel scared a lot. I'm telling you right now, that was the first time in a very long time where I was actually scared. And I was behind the bar. I was safe. I
Oh gosh.
felt fear that night. This band starts playing, and these guys are off one.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they are playing so loud, so crazy, and the lead singer's running around the bar. He has this hubcap and a drumstick, and is banging it. He's wearing the hubcap on top of his head, and he's banging it, running around the entire Kava bar. I'm looking at my coworker, thinking, we are dying tonight. I'm going to start praying, because this is it. This is it. Tonight is my last night alive, because I'm going to get killed by this man. This guy's running around banging this hubcap he's wearing on top of his head, and they're playing this insanely loud, and then the thing that this man is wearing is like a white hazmat suit, and it's very thin. I'm like, okay, well, this is an interesting choice. After the second song, he faces away from us, that his back is showing, and he rips off his clothes, and he is in a diaper. Okay? He's in a diaper. This man is around 43 years old. He is in just a diaper with a giant safety pin.
Oh my gosh.
So he ripped off his clothes. He ripped it up and threw it out into the crowd like it was confetti. And the music has only gotten louder. And now this man is in just a diaper. And that man had a body for radio. He was not an attractive man. I would not be gay for him. Brittany would not be straight for him. And he rips off his hazmat suit that's made out of toilet paper, and he starts running around even more. But this time he's just wearing a diaper, and that thing is loose. That thing is loose. I got a couple peeks. That thing is loose.
Oh my
That thing is not secure. And he goes behind the place where the soundboard is, and in the back he has this like big collection of items, and the first one he pulls out is a microwave. I'm not making this up. He pulls out a microwave, and he throws it on the ground. He rips open the door, and he takes about 30 feet of Christmas lights and throws it in the microwave, plugs it in, and turns it on for 6 hours. And the microwave is microwaving the Christmas lights, and all the bulbs are popping, and it's starting to smell like smoke, and he's running around. He stands on top of it with his bare feet, screaming, while the bit the microwave catches on fire, and it pops and it explodes. And the Christmas lights are like destroyed, melted. He opens it up, and the smoke just exits into the entire room. And then he gets on all fours with his diaper up in the air like a proud American, and he starts banging his head on the ground, much like Brittany did when she was younger. He was banging his head against the ground, against the tile, and he started bleeding from his forehead, and he took both of his hands and started rubbing it in his face. next to the microwaved Christmas lights. And as he's doing this, he's bringing out more and more crazy items. I wouldn't call it an axe, but it was a bladed weapon, and he was just swinging it while he was screaming and yelling and singing. And we have like a support beam in the middle of the cafe, and he started to climb it. And then he started ripping the tile off of it. Like the tile, he would grab it with his fingernails, but it would come off, and he climbed so high, he climbed the entire support beam and then just jumped off of it onto the bare tile in his diaper and landed on the floor, a giant crack, just bruised everywhere. And he got back up and started running around and yelling and singing. And that amount of fear is something I've never experienced in my lifetime. He did a lot more things, but I can't remember. I really tried to blur
that night
like
out.
much like the beginning of Saving Private Ryan. It was just a blur.
Wow.
And there's this bloody, beat up diaper man that I was watching running around the cafe that I was bartending at.
Yep.
And what else did he do? He did a couple other things, but
Ooh, was Celestino mad at me?
I was so mad at Brittany.
That's actually the mad.
Oh, I
you've
was.
ever been at me.
I was so mad. So that's when I called it. Like, once he climbed up the support and literally belly flopped onto tile. He broke a rib that night. Once that happened, I went up to the sound system and I pulled his microphone. I said, nope. And they were confused. What are you confused about? This is actually very clear. Not just did you just microwave 50 feet of Christmas lights in the middle of our cafe, but you were bleeding from your forehead and wiping it off on the diaper you're wearing. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
They were like, man, like, why'd you stop the show, man? We were grooving. Jojo. And I was just like, nope, we're done. We're done. And and they took it well, you know. They weren't too mad. I was more mad than them. I did get a picture with him. Okay, so I'm actually gonna put that up on this on the screen right now. I did get a picture with him. Because I was like, if this happened to me, I am at least gonna get something out of it. I'm gonna take a picture with the bloody diaper man.
Oh my gosh.
And I was very mad at Brittany because Brittany was the one who scheduled this. I didn't know it was death metal night when I got there. I certainly didn't know that I was gonna be dealing with this Neanderthal of a man in a diaper bleeding with cut up fingers from microwaved Christmas lights.
Yeah.
And so once I texted Brittany something cryptic like I hate you or something.
Yeah.
I was just like, Brittany, I really do not like you right now. And Brittany came by the cafe and I just would not talk to her.
I had an ear infection.
I did not care. I was like, I hope it gets worse because what I just went through, I was so mad.
You have a once in a lifetime experience, please.
And I don't even know what I couldn't tell you what exactly I was mad at or like why. It was just because who in their right mind would book Bloody Diaper Man?
Bloody Diaper Man, listen, that wasn't on their Instagram when I saw it.
And now when Brittany explained to me later when my rage was gone, she explained to me that they did not tell her. And actually, this is what they said to me. Bloody Diaper Man said to me, this is word for word, he said, the girl who reached out to us said anything goes. Fair. Fair, because why would you expect
somebody to
microwaving
pull out a
Christmas
microwave.
lights?
Yeah.
Okay? At the same time, that somebody should have freaking known that this was Bloody Diaper Man.
I had no idea.
So, I have forgiven Brittany since.
Thank you.
But that night, I was mad at Brittany.
Listen,
I would not make eye contact with her.
You can't give up that once in a lifetime opportunity.
I had to just cool down. Like, I was going to be mad at everybody, no matter who it was. I would have been mad at Lars if he was there.
Oh, yeah.
I just had to get out of there. I had to chill out. Did I get a picture with Bloody Diaper Man? You
bet he
bet
did.
your bottom freaking dollar I did.
Yeah.
Oh man, but that night, and since then, we were just kind of like, all right, any more events? Let everybody know, Let everybody know, especially when they're about to work and they don't know that it's gonna go on. Let everybody know, and do a little bit more research. But apparently hey, like I'm not.
I was the only one running those events. Okay.
Yeah.
But
so
to be fair, I had a lot of better events.
Very good events. This was the only one where blood was drawn.
Yeah. Well, wrong. The Battle of the Bands that I did, there was a mosh pit that
I wasn't there, but what was I working at that time?
You were working
at
that time.
That's when I was dating. I know you did one Battle of the Bands when I was working there, but no, when I was working there. But this one with the blood. Tell me about that.
Oh, there was a mosh pit that opened up.
This is not a big venue.
No, but it was great. There was a mosh pit that opened up, and one of our regulars decided to join the mosh pit, and they got punched in the eye, and there was, like, blood.
Wow. Yeah, man. This is not because of the Kava or Kratom. This is because death metal.
Listen, so many cool things. I find that as, like, one of my, like, staple, like, yeah, like, I put that together. Like, that was an amazing...
Be proud of that, because you should not be proud of Bloody
Diaper Man. Heard.
Okay. So, yeah, guys, that is my favorite story from the cafe. There are a lot more. But, look, Brittany's going to be on again. We have a lot more stories from the cafe, from the Kava Cafe, and because so much happened. So much happened, and, it was a big part of our lives, especially hers.
Yeah.
Big part of mine, but I was a customer there for maybe a good year.
Yeah, before
maybe a little less, and then once I graduated college, I needed a job to hold me over into like a full-time job. So I was like, you know what? Let me in, big part of my life, even though it was only like 4 or 5 months. It was more like 5 or 6, but yeah. I want to thank Brittany for coming on.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Brittany, do you have anything to say?
I would like something, or to say something. Stand on business. Do you, and just be a better person every day that you wake up.
I almost cried. That's amazing. Well, thank you for stopping by the Something Cafe. I hope you guys enjoyed. And you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and you can watch the video on YouTube, actually. So if you want to see me and Brittany, when I was telling the whole Bloody Diaper story, Brittany was buckled over in half laughing. And I really enjoyed that. I think you guys will enjoy it too on the YouTube video.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be making clips for social media. But yeah, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Come and check me out. This has been Something Cafe. Come grab a coffee or something. I'll see you all next time.